One of the deepest desires of humanity is eternal life. Eternal life may seem like a thrilling advantage, a chance to explore every mystery and witness the world evolve. But it comes with a heavy price: loneliness, endless nights of sorrow, and the haunting memories of those we've lost. Today, I want to talk about the tale of Rosegarden Manor. Clients usually text or send emails to me, but when someone writes a letter, it's often an old friend or a client of my grandparents. A few years ago, I received a mysterious letter, sealed with an ancient crest. The sender called herself Isabel Hayes. It was addressed to me, not my grandparents.
Dear Mr. Blackwood, I am Isabel, a woman in dire need of your help. There are spirits bound to my ancient manor, unable to find peace. I beseech you to come to my manor and help set them free, and I shall reward you with a generous compensation.
I did some background check on the manor. The owner of the manor is a trust under the name Rosewood, indicating that the woman must be from a wealthy family, and it's not her new home. I brought all my necessities before arriving at the front gate of the manor at the agreed date and time. I parked my car at the main gate of the manor. Fog enveloped the area, and the moon cast an otherworldly glow. I've been to many haunted places, but this one feels different. My arrival is expected. The gates creak open, and a housekeeper steps forward to welcome me.
Welcome, Mr. Blackwood. Ms. Hayes is expecting you inside. This way, please.
With my talisman in my pocket, I tried to sense any spirits as I walked through the grand hall of the manor. The place was filled with antiques, furniture, and chandeliers. Despite the mysterious vibe, there was no sign of anything supernatural. The housekeeper led me to a dining room. Behind the housekeeper, a woman, I should say a young lady, emerged from the shadows. Her presence was ethereal yet commanding.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Blackwood. Or should I call you Raven? You have come a long way. Please have a seat. Would you prefer tea or wine?
Thanks, Miss Hayes. Yeah, call me Raven. Water will be good, thanks. We never drink when we work. This manor is impressive, and it definitely has some history and heritage.
Call me Isabel, Raven. Trevor, could you please get Raven some water?
Yes, Ms. Hayes.
Thank you once again for coming. I am delighted that you responded to my letter and decided to visit me. This house is indeed splendid, with a rich history. My late husband was the fourth generation to inherit it. He was an avid collector, acquiring furniture and art from many auctions. He passed away a few years ago, and now I live here with Trevor, another maid and a gardener.
I am sorry to hear that, Isabel. Speaking of your letter, you mentioned having other companions in this house, right?
Young people like to get straight to the point. You look young, Raven, but I believe you are experienced, is that correct?
I am sorry, Isabel. Look, I come here to help.
Here's your water, Mr. Blackwood. Allow me to excuse myself.
You remind me of an old friend of mine, also young and helpful, back then. Let me tell you the story. The story of the spirit. She spoke to me and shared her tragic past.
Sure, Isabel. I'll stop you and ask questions if I need to. This will help my work a lot.
The girl, the spirit. She was once beloved and happy, cherished by her parents. She had a younger sister. The girl married at the age of 20 and lived in a quaint village with her husband Henry, who was a farmer. Their love was timeless, but fate had other plans. One stormy night, a stranger appeared at their door, seeking refuge. In the middle of the night, the stranger turned into a beast and attacked Henry.
Wait a minute, a beast? What kind of beast?
Raven, how well do you know about vampires or Nosferatu?
My grandpa used to tell me stories about vampires when I was a kid. Nosferatu is an old Romanian word that means vampire. He said vampires call their own kind Nosferatu. They feed on blood and can hypnotize or mesmerize their victims. They have superhuman abilities, like speed and enhanced senses. They can be killed by prolonged exposure to sunlight and special rituals and artifacts. Well, Isabel, I have a bit of knowledge about vampires. I think the stranger who sought refuge from the girl spirit is a vampire, right?
Yes, Raven. The stranger is a vampire. In a moment of weakness, he attacked Henry, draining him of life. The stranger, feeling remorse for what he had done, offered the girl a choice: to die alongside her husband or to live on as an immortal.
Then, how did she pick?
Blinded by grief and the desire for revenge, the girl chose the latter. From that night on, she tried to use her abilities to hunt him down. Over Henry's grave, the grass grew lush and green, only to wither and die, season after season, marking the passage of countless years. It took her a few decades to realize that vengeance would never fill the void left by her lost love.
Oh my God, I felt a mix of shock and realization. I tried to reach for my talisman, but my arms and legs were frozen. I could feel the atmosphere suddenly shift, becoming tense and mysterious. The air grew heavy and amplifying the sense of impending danger.
Raven, are you feeling all right? Trevor is a very considerate person. He often adds a touch more to the water to entertain our guests.
I started seeing illusions. I couldn't tell if it was from the water or the power of a vampire. This was the first time in my career that I felt a life and death threat. There's no spirit here, right, Isabel? You are a vampire? Why'd you trick me into coming here?
Yes, Raven. I am a vampire. I didn't trick you into coming here. You have a purpose. There's a soul here, unrested. As mentioned in the letter, I will give you a great compensation if you help this soul find peace.
Cut to the chase, Isabel. Where's that soul? And what's the compensation you're offering?
Raven, you inherit his impatience. I see you're scared of death now. Right, Raven? I can offer you immortality. Isn't that what men long for? Imagine having the time to explore every mystery, to witness the world change and evolve. You would have unlimited time to accumulate treasure, power, and women. You can have it once you set the spirit free.
You knew someone I knew? You knew my grandparents? Just tell me where the spirit is, Isabel. And thanks for your offer, but don't turn me into your kind. I don't want to die, but my grandpa always told me to be well equipped and prepared for every case, and to stay cautious. I made a mistake, and if it's my day, I'll die like a man. Tell me where to finish the job, and afterwards I beg you to give me a quick one. Isabel suddenly drops a silver dagger. The surface of the dagger is covered in ritual words, and the initials E.W. are intricately carved into it. It's Grandpa's dagger.
Do you know how to use it?
My grandpa taught me. After cleansing myself, I need to give a stain of my blood on the dagger. With some rituals, point the dagger.
Point it to my heart, and it will be finished. The soul will be free. After Henry died, I visited my younger sister. When she was on her deathbed, she saw me, never aging. I saw pity in her eyes. Death is sometimes a blessing, which is so far away from me. I wandered for decades, traveling around the world. After the Great War, I met a young man with gifts. I offered him immortality, so that we wouldn't be alone and could uncover secrets that mortal minds can only dream of. He was as stubborn as you, Raven. He left me with this dagger, leaving me alone with endless nights of sorrow. After a while, I met my late husband, settled down, and decided to walk through his life with him together.
I cannot do that, Isabel. I am sorry. My grandpa taught me that everyone has their destiny, their fate decided by a divine presence, but not by me. We set the spirit free through rituals. We are only guiding them to their path, not ending them. That's all I can say. And let me apologize on his behalf. That's his teaching for me, and I think that's the logic behind his departure.
Did he leave peacefully and without pain?
Yes, and he will always live in our hearts. After a few minutes of dead silence in the dining room, something hit my head. Before I blacked out, I heard Isabel say,
You are a kind-hearted person, Raven. I hope what you said is right. My options are open if you ever decide to reconsider helping me.
When I woke up, I was lying beside my car near the manor's gate. I went back inside Rosegarden Manor and found no one. They were gone. After a few weeks, I got a paycheck from a trust called Rosewood. I knew it was from Isabel. As a mortal, I still need money to live, and technically, I did my job. The house is clean now. Honestly, the idea of immortality is tempting, but also terrifying. Especially when it means outliving everyone and everything I love. That's the end of the tale of Rosegarden Manor. If you like the story, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. I'm Raven Blackwood, and there are more stories out there waiting to be uncovered.